So the start of this too, and immediately starts with the third Laguna's dream sequence. And so we see that Laguna's arrived in some town, somewhat looking after a small girl. And this house, look at that wall. Like, that is a lot of bullet holes. It's possible that that actually is Alone's original house, and that's how her parents got killed. Rain, a bit confused where to go, sort of just walks over and then turns around, does a 180 for no reason. I'm not sure how Laguna didn't see Kiros there. You know, usually they'd have something like, I don't know, like calendars, they'd keep, they'd know the date vaguely. I'd say about a year or so. They should probably actually know, probably even the day of the month, let alone what month it was. Yeah, so now we can go on a monster hunting expedition. I just need to make sure which they aren't even close to. Yeah, that's fine. What they should probably do, rather than having someone just run back and forth every day, hoping that that somehow totally protects everyone, against random monsters, maybe they should just try and keep the monsters out of the town. So Kiris's limit break's actually that's quite a few hits. That's better than Desperado. Against multiple enemies it's not, and you don't really fight any proper bosses. I mean, I suppose the closest you actually get to... Oh, that's pretty good. The closest you actually get to is fighting a Ruby Dragon, but still. Yeah, so now I've got that. Hit does have some purpose, albeit, well, it doesn't really until you get Cactars, and then you use Cactars to get loads and loads and loads of AP. But that's not exactly now. Darkside's useless, as far as I remember. I'll get Encounter half. Oh, didn't set that at all. Yeah, it's fine. There's some people around. like, I think that family, or that they made like flowers or something, or arranged flowers. It's really a bit of a waste. I'm pretty sure Kyrus will one-shot that. And that can actually crit randomly. That one of those was hit for 1,000. And so now we've already got to the end of our patrol. Well, not to the end of our patrols, but it's really the first half. You don't finish the patrol, like, somewhere totally different from where you started. Now, if you go in here, they hate you for some reason, but I still have to shop. So here, you've got some money, and this is the first time we're actually able to go to a shop. I don't think you're able to go on the first one, certainly not on the second one. But, and since you have some money, this money is actually totally unrelated to the money you have normally, and so you can just buy some stuff and it's kept over. Like, you just still have that stuff when you go on to be, like, main characters. No idea how that transfers, it doesn't make any sense at all. Like, you get some items far in the past as someone else who you've never met, and somehow you gain them at that moment in time in the future. Although I suppose also you gain the XP that they get, and that doesn't make any more sense. Caution! Chocobos! Ah! Those most deadly of creatures. That's strange. You see a monster, and yet never at any other point do you see a well, other than bosses. You never actually see monsters otherwise. You're just like walking along, and then you fight the invisible monster you happen to stumble upon. So yeah, that's mid magic refine. So you can use things like refine fire into fire, and then you can get high magic refine from Alexander, and then you can refine those firers into fire aggers. But it ends up it's like 5-to-1 at both stages. So if you have 25 fires, you get 1 fire agger. It's not exactly an effective way of getting a lot of good magic. Not that fire agger's even that good. And again, like, nothing goes into Ultima, nothing goes into Meteor, nothing goes into Holy. Life might go into Full Life, possibly. Full Life's one of the best things. Like, Full Life is the best thing to junction to HP. Ultima's the best thing to junction to about 5 things. Unfortunately, you can only junction it to 1. Hey, she turned around while we were in plain sight, but if we duck later, it somehow means she never saw us. I feel the same as you alone, which means like he's my uncle, or like surrogate father figure or something. That's probably not how you actually feel, is it? Stuck. Seems like a reasonable bed, doesn't it? Oh, no. Okay. This does really, for a prison, actually seem like a really inefficient prison. Firstly, they've chosen like a design which is like absolutely absurd and takes up a hell of a lot of room for how much actual volume like of interior it has. And secondly, as far as the actual design of the cells, they're absolutely massive and most of them are totally empty. Plus they've got like nothing in them. Why do they need to be massive? So that means this prison's existed for like at least 20 years? Yeah, like that, something like that. Also, they've got a really overly complicated way of moving the inmates. I suppose if the inmates are like so dangerous that no matter how many people you bring along, no matter how much firearms and stuff, you might still get like all murdered by them, then this might be an alright how they got arrested in the first place. In that case, I don't know, but yeah, like I'm not sure I'm not sure why it'd be better just to move the whole cell with a massive elevator than to just move a person. Why did he even... yeah. Why did he even come into a cell? Oh, actually, were they looking for Renoa? I think they were. Unless that's later. I think it's now, though. Yeah. The way he said that is, I think he said, is there a Renoa with you? Makes it sound like they thought Renoa was like an item or something, not a person. Do you have one or more Renoas? Just get up, Squall, kick his ass. You're way stronger than him. You one-shotted him. After all, in the couple of days that that Squall's been in Seed while you were like not like after he'd left the garden, he's learned all sorts of shit. I mean, you would expect to in a couple of days. I'm not sure why she's saying draw. Like, either she has cure, or Zell has cure. Why is she drawing? It doesn't make sense. Also, why is he carrying just a plate? Yeah, mean guy. He's so mean indeed. Why? That's why his full name is Mean Guy. It seems like a bit of a waste, really. Like, they have this anti-magic field, but it's not like some other anti-magic fields which are actually meaningful, like in Ultimekia's castle and in some other places in other games. Like, there's an anti-magic field, and it's like, oh, then maybe we won't be able to use magic the whole time, and then as soon as you actually do anything, it's removed. Cypher acting as if like he's immensely different from all the seeds in the few days he's actually been out of the garden. Plus, Plus the fact that he was actually trying to be a seed. He's tried a couple of times, like, since he was kept back a year again anyway, so presumably he's tried twice. And the only reason why he's not a seed is because he was rejected. So, yeah, he's essentially the same as all of them, just acting as if they're somehow, you know, they fucked up. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries. Great idea! There's one Moomba who's like significantly shorter than everyone and maybe like at most about as big as Selfie. And you've got 3 people. That's not gonna work. You're not gonna be able to disguise 3 people with one horribly fitting, too small skin. A snake bit him. You probably can't get snakes here, but whatever. See, once he decides, oh, I'm actually gonna fight them, rather than just get like hit in the head with, like, you can just kill everyone instantly. Fucking idiot! Why did you do that to begin with? So I'll end the part here, and next part I'll do the rest of it and get outside. Probably end the next part when you've placed outside with those cars.